Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is Aloha Friday. So, Aloha Friday, happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing really good. Um, I'm very curious to know how y'all been feeling after this week with the new moon and everything else that was going on energetically. Um, yeah, it's been an interesting week. Let's see. What's going on, peeps? Hello. Hey guys. Hey. First, just being totally frank. By the way, if you're new and you're like, what is this? Every Friday we go live, we kind of just hang out. It's casual. We talk about some stuff, we do some channel messages, we may pull some cards as well. You can treat it like a weekend preparation check-in or hangout, however you want to treat it. Hold on, this camera's making me crazy. I should have checked it beforehand, but I did not. Hold on. Are you gonna stay? Didn't really do much. Hold on. It's just gonna bother me. It's okay. It's fine. It's just gonna have to stay there. Let's see. Aloha. Erin, Michelle, Stellium, Grace. Hey, Kat. Hey. Huge burst of creative energy last 2 days. Loving it after all the emotions. Good. Honestly, humbling. Truth is hitting hard and heavy. Yeah, I feel like there's a wide variety of experiences going on this week, a wide variety. And I think some of you may have seen the post that I posted like maybe 20 minutes before I went live. Before, oh yeah, thank you for the sweet song reminder to shine bright. Yeah. So as I was getting ready to go, just ready for this, yeah, that song came through. And so if you didn't see the post, it's the song by Rihanna. I literally just forgot the name. Diamond, shine bright like a diamond. Y'all, I think y'all know that song. And so I played it and I was like, yeah. Yeah. So again, some of you may be like feeling so good with this new moon. Some of you may be feeling a little heavy and a little dense. Um, I'm tempted to tell you my personal experience with it, but like I know I need to be better about not like sharing so much. But no matter how you've been feeling, that song coming up, I think was a really good reminder of well, a lot of things. Um, that we all do have radiance accessible to us, right? And we can feel our own radiance, we can enjoy our own radiance. And when I say radiance, it's like I'm also trying to cover just what it feels like to just like really be in our heart spaces and to feel good about us and to give ourselves permission to enjoy that and to enjoy the things that make us feel more radiant, even just make us feel like we can shine brighter, right? It's like whether that's engaging in a passion of yours or like someone said they were feeling really creative, right? Or it's just being able to be very honest with yourself or honest with other people. It's like enjoyment was coming up a lot as I was getting ready to talk with you guys. And not every Aloha Friday, but maybe like the last 2 or 3, I've been feeling this need to just like check in with spirit and be like, what should we focus on today? Like, almost like I feel like talking is just, I don't know, more called for versus like just pulling cards and what have you. But that's probably also just because of the transition I've been in with just like all of my work. I think also it's just very much the nature of the energies that we've been into. And yeah, enjoyment. Enjoyment is huge. Enjoyment is huge. I think that's also very Piscean too. And we do have like Venus and Neptune and North Node and Pisces and all of that. Um, but talking in the voice was also coming up. So in shining like the diamonds that we are and enjoying the radiance of us, of ourselves, and just like our own energy. And it's not in a selfish way either. It's just in a very present way. It's just being very like at peace and like happy, right? With oneself, with your life, your connection to spirit, even if you want to throw that in there. It doesn't always have to be about that. Um, yeah. And that's like a very beautiful thing. And that's a very nice thing, right? And it doesn't have to like, oh, doesn't have to infringe upon anything having to do with anybody else. But the voice was still coming up quite a bit too. And in relation to this whole like shining like a diamond, right? Almost like showing the heart space as that like diamond, which is also just you, right? Our hearts are us. Hold on, my hair is making me a little crazy. Like, I really need to be better about, like, doing little tests before I come up on here. I just don't ever think about it because I'm just, like, in it and I'm just trying to get ready. Anyway, so talking about the heart space, right? If any of you have been having a hard time with this week or having a hard time, slow mode, that's new. Oh, it's just like I just felt guided to do that. Sorry. If that's like an inconvenience, I just something told me to do it, so I just did it, essentially. Um, but let's coming back to the voice and the heart spaces. So if any of you have been feeling kind of like heavy or down or crunchy or just like weird shit's been coming up for you, also on that same token, I've been noticing, and some of you are probably experiencing this, some of you are may not be. I think it depends on how sensitive you are, and I think it also depends on like how much you play in the realms and also how aware other people are that you play in the realms, if you get my drift. But with these moon cycles, every time we come to a new moon or a full moon, the veil is definitely a little thinner. Also, generally, as time goes on, it's getting thinner and thinner, right? But I've noticed the last couple moon cycles, it's like waves of like weird, dense shit like comes through. And I think it is just because the veil is thinner. But, you know, if you're experiencing that, then you know. And if you're not, then I'm glad you're not. Okay? Then I'm very glad you're not. Um, when that stuff comes up, sometimes it's our own stuff. Sometimes it's stuff we're picking up on. As always, I talk about this, I feel like every video, but clearly it needs to be discussed, especially if like new people are coming around and they don't have a compass for this or like they don't have a they just like, you know, could benefit from just more information or other people's experiences talking about some of this stuff, okay? Using the voice to put words to what you're feeling and experiencing, like letting the heart speak. That's how they just said it. Yeah. Letting the heart speak can really help to get you to feeling like a a shiny, bright diamond again. It's also okay to not be feeling your best too. That's like very human. But like if you're in a place where you're like, I like this is like not my vibe, this is not okay, right? Or you are feeling sort of like suppressed in some way when it comes to your heart space, let your heart talk. Like there's stuff going on there or stuff is affecting that part of you, right? It's like doesn't even have to make sense. It doesn't even have to make sense. It's just letting whatever words want to come up that like can put words to what is happening and let that start to flow. Let that start to flow. Let that start to go. Because there's also something too about specifically saying these things out loud, where I think a lot of us are very used to doing internal work and reflecting. I think we all are probably masters of that at this point for most people in this chat, right? But putting your breath into that, putting sound to these experiences, um, takes it to a different space, but also facilitates more flow, okay? To let your heart be a shiny, bright diamond again, okay? And if you have been feeling good, I truly am happy for you, okay? Truly. If you've been feeling good, feeling inspired, creative, more talkative, good. Everyone should be able to experience that on some level at some point, right? But this is just some stuff that's been coming up to be discussed today. Um, and yeah, just reminders. And even on that same token, right? Because there's always going to be people around that want to take your shine away, right? Want to make you forget that you're a diamond too, because we're all diamonds. Some people just forget. Some people forget to polish themselves, right? Forget to honor that part of themselves due to various infinite things, right? And it's not always like, and it's not even a thing of fault. It just is. It's just part of being human. Um, but if there are people that are wanting you to forget your shine directly, or if they're like, you know, we all, a lot of us in here are mystics and sensitive, or if people are sending you shit, right? They can't take that away from you, right? They can't. And that's where, you know, we can focus on what makes us shine, right? I did pull a couple cards preemptively, just like because Asper was like saying, like, you know, speak of enjoyment, speak of this like diamond message, if you will. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to pull a couple cards to like help like focus like some of this conversation. And the cards that came out, I was like, okay, this makes so much sense, right? Um, for our own radiance, for our own reminder of being a diamond, being bright and shiny, bring the stars that we all are, right? The little light balls that we that everyone on this planet is to maintain the focus on what makes us connect to that. Maintain the focus on what helps us to feel that way. And it's not from a place of ignorance. It's not from a place of ignoring things or suppressing things. That's not what I'm advocating for. Like I said before, if you're feeling heavy shit or if you're feeling stuff come up within you, put words to it, put your voice to it so you can flow and you can come back to your radiance. You can come back to your center, is another way of looking at this. But yeah, making space, making it a priority to make space and time to focus on things that make us feel more radiant. It's important. It's important. And also in that same vein, right, is to also recognize how we take that space away from ourselves, not in a way of like being judgmental on ourselves or like, oh, this is broken about me or I need to fix this about me. Not, I'm not speaking in that vein. Just like recognizing when we are allowing these other things in our lives or people or thoughts, even within ourselves, to like take us away from that. Right. And to just kind of let that go. Just like, especially because a lot of these things we don't have any control over anyway, right? Especially things you don't have, like, especially things outside of yourself. It's like you do not have control over those things. You can control you can control your actions, but you don't have control over anything outside of you. It just kind of is what it is, right? Um, but to let that go and to not be hard on the self about it, to really maintain that radiance and reminder and experience and feeling of that diamond like energy. Something about the diamond too, it feels very like I like the word crystalline is like coming through. I'm just seeing the word and like that's come up a lot before in just the last like couple years on and off. Um, but yeah, something about that feels very, it feels fortifying. It feels like it has that vibration of love, but it also feels like intellectual. To be honest, it feels very Aquarian. If I'm being honest, it feels very Aquarian. Like the love is there, the strength is there, the intelligence is there, but it's all kind of wrapped up into one, right? I hope you guys are with me on this. Hope you guys are with me on this. And also in that same vein, the enjoyment. Enjoy something every day. Something. Doesn't have to be big. It can be super small. It could be your morning cup of coffee. It don't have to be big. But to just have a little mini celebration every day at some point in the day is also important. These are also, again, just part of the cards that came out. So I'll show you. I was using a deck that I don't normally use. I just felt called to it. I was like, where's the title? Mind Info Oracle. So ones that came out, oh, jeez, I'm not used to this microphone. Sorry. Is Focus. Gonna have to move this. This is like bothering me. Can you tell? I'm just like, it's in my way. No, that's more in my way. Hold on. Maybe if I just put it way down without moving the camera. Oh, Lord. Okay. Anyway, surrender, focus, and celebrate coming through. And I'll read them to you too. You're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working and toward what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step toward creating an amazing life. And then surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so, and celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. I almost want to say, even after I just read that, even for those who are like having these moments of coming back to themselves, centering, coming back to that like radiance of, oh, I am a bright, shiny diamond and it's okay. And even like standing out is part of that too, which again is also very Aquarian. Because diamonds, even though diamonds are like something that a lot of people, symbolically, like everyone's familiar with diamonds, right? It's like that's not something that is atypical as far as like on our knowledge base of things. We know they exist, we know that they're highly coveted, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But every diamond really is unique, just like every human is unique, and that we can be sitting in that uniqueness and we can enjoy our own uniqueness, and that's okay. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. So, just some thoughts from spirit to focus on, or at least to get our mindset go, to really sink into that kind of mindset before we're getting into the rest of the live here. Um, Everything she does is magic is playing on the radio right now. Oh, Rihanna. Rihanna's been coming up a lot in my awareness this week, like a lot. And not to say I'm not a Rihanna fan, she's just not my go-to, right? As far as like in my playlist of things, but like I've been hearing her songs like everywhere, and I'm just like, okay, something about like, isn't she now that I think about it, I think she is an Aquarius. Now that memory serves, I'm pretty sure she is. I'm gonna look this up in a second. Because now I have to know. She kind of screams Aquarius, doesn't she? Birthday. Oh, she's on the 20th of February, so she's a cuspy. I would consider that a cuspy. She's probably very Aquarian. I love this talk. Feels like your podcast. I love your podcast episodes. I ain't gonna lie. It's like when I was like, I feel like I just need to like talk a bit today. I was like, this does feel kind of podcasty. um, this does feel very podcasty. And I wondered, I'm like, should I make this an Island Trail Talk episode? And I'm like, I just want to flow. This is like, so we're all different as we're talking today, right? We're all different. We all feel differently about like the how-tos of anything in life. I hate, I gotta be honest, I do. Okay, I'm not gonna say hate, that's such a strong word. I highly dislike thinking of how I should be doing things. So maybe this is just me really feeling the aqua vibes or feeling the Piscean aqua vibes, or maybe this is just, again, just who I am and I'm just really shining it out to you guys. I hate having to think of how to do things. I just want to do. I just want to do. Don't get in my way. I just want to do, and I just want to do it my own freaking way. Not have to think about it. I don't know. It just like takes so much more energy when you have to like think about things in that way. I don't know. I'm being just totally transparent with you guys right now. They're also forged under great pressure, right? Yeah. Diamonds, yeah. Joy is our birthright. She's a Pisces. Rihanna's been coming up for me too. Aloha. Hi, Janine. I look forward to Friday evenings. It's 8:15 in London solely because of these lives. Oh, not to be deep, but this community has saved my life in a lot of ways. This community has so many. I feel like there actually are no words to describe. This community has been an amazing space for just to connect, to talk, to not feel so crazy, right? To not feel so alone, even in like the really hard moments, because a lot of us have been on a spiritual journey. There's no doubt about it. And even these terms, I'm getting a little sick of these terms too. Probably just indicative of the transition and changing times. But it's true. We've all been on our own little spiritual journey, healing journey, self-discovery, whatever words you want to put on it. And sometimes that can be hard. That can be a really hard door to walk through. And so to just have other people that are like in it in the same way does so much. Because I've met people who are spiritually inclined, who haven't had any of that, who haven't had a community to go to, who haven't had a single person to talk about it with for years, for decades. I've met these people and I feel for them and I just want to hug them and I just want to like shower them in love because it's just part of who I am. And it makes a massive difference. It makes a massive difference when you have that, because when you have that versus not, because I feel like it helps to maintain your faith. It helps to kind of keep you going a little bit. It helps you to feel again like you're not like so alone or so crazy or so whatever. And I've said this before, and I speak about it a lot on Patreon, but like this community has also helped me tremendously, like tremendously. So I'm glad we have it. I'm very glad we have it. I love when you just flow your way. I like, well, because I did have that moment where I was like, this feels like a podcast. And then I went into the logistics of like, well, if it's going to be a podcast, then that means I need to record it this way. Then that means I need to upload it over here. And that means it's got to be like this. And I'm just like, oh, just like instantly made me annoyed because it just like, it takes the magic out of things when you have to like, when you have to make things fit in a certain logistical way. And again, this could just totally be just me. It does. It makes me crazy because it immediately takes the fun out of it. It immediately takes the inspiration out of it and the magic out of it for me. It just does. And I've been trying to be better about changing my mindset about it. I've been trying. But yeah, it's just how I am. It's how I am. Also, my North Node is Aquarius. Like, I'm fully aware too with like this era we're moving into because my North Node is Aquarius. My North Node is getting very activated. So I think I'm just feeling more of the aqua vibes. Um, it's a therapy. I love this live Mondays with you. They always help me. No rules. Right? Like, isn't that the point of creation? Isn't that the point of like a creative platform is to just create with like without these like rules and like without these like very strong parameters? I don't know. I mean, I won't lie. I did pull a card for myself. Was that just yesterday? The last couple days have been weird. I think it was just yesterday. And it was about parameters and rules. And I'm just like, I did. I totally rolled my eyes at the card, but I'm like, I get it. It's balance. It's balance, right? It's like North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. It's balance. It is balance. And they both have an important place in life, generally speaking. So I do understand. I just don't like it. But I understand. Just don't love it. I just stopped whatever I am doing to be here. That happens when you're teaching. You have to follow curriculum and all the things they ask you to do. It takes the fun out of teaching. Yeah. Right? Yes. How is Clyde? Clyde. He was doing good. He was like he had turned the corner. He was like almost back to his normal self. Even like was getting playful and like bringing me toys. And then I woke up this morning and I saw that somewhere between last night and this morning he had been sick. I was like, damn. So I'm keeping an eye on him, seeing how he does. But for the most part, he's okay. For the most part, he's okay. That's one of my messages for years, balance. Yes, it is about balance. It is. It is about balance. I hate that no, I don't hate. Oh, why is that word coming out of my mouth a lot today? Don't know what that's about. I highly dislike that that's the truth at times because I just want to I just want to flow. I just want to go do shit my way. But I get it. It has a place. It has a place. But divine order and structure, though, is different. It is. It is. But also, we do live in a physical reality. And having some sense of structure does have a purpose. That's Saturn. That is like pure Saturn, which is also Aquarius, right? Which is kind of also interesting when you think about it. That's also like a ruler of Aquarius. Because when I think of Aquarius, I just think pure Uranus and a little Neptune. But technically, Saturn does rule Aquarius too, you know? Anyway, just rolling and rolling and rolling in this conversation. So I kind of want to come back to like the density stuff and like the heavy stuff. Because something else that I've been noticing this week, and not only speaking to, but in part also speaking to my personal experience this week and just what I have been observing in the collective. This week I think has been very large in variety as far as people's experiences. Okay. From like the ups and the downs, the good and the bad. I do think that because Ma'at's coming up as I'm like getting ready to talk about this. Hold on, let me sit with that for a second. Yeah, it's like that's all in relation to the heart. So for those who are not familiar with Ma'at, right? Ma'at is balance, justice. Ma'at is in relation to the Egyptian pantheon. And you could even say like Kemetic spirituality. That's a whole other video. But Ma'at and Anubis, right? And even Osiris, depending on the lore that you follow, all are associated with that practice of like weighing the heart against the feather, right? If you have been having more of a heavy week, there probably has been some lightening of the heart that's been happening, is almost the way I want to put it, or trying to happen. And that could look so different for everybody, you know? But it also, if that has been happening, it may have been feeling very confrontational or even very physical, you know? So I just wanted to highlight that for those who've been experiencing that. Not everybody has. Like some people, like I said, have been having an amazing week where you've been like in the enjoyment, creative, high vibes of this very Aquarian Piscean week, you know? Um, but I just, I wanted to just recognize those others that have not been having such an amazing week, you know? As a professional audio story producer, I feel you, but once you streamline, keep things simple, and have logistical supports if possible, creativity reigns and listeners feel it's effortless. Basically, I make audio documentaries, narrative style podcasts to more experiment sound collages. So that's pretty cool. I think that's very cool. And like I said, I totally get where you're coming from. They're like they have a proper place in things, and I know I could stand to learn more from that. Um, sorry, I'm just having a light bulb moment about myself. I'm like, oh, that's why I don't like it. Ah, got it. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. People forget that. I see so much Saturn and Aqua. Yes, they can be very free, but also rigid in their ways and structures of life. Yes, very true. They like, yeah, I feel like the masculine quality of Aquarius through Saturn, like really, really comes out, really shows itself. Um, Especially like the way they communicate too, which I think is very interesting. Actually, I would say actually, yeah, every Aqua I've ever known, or someone who's had very strong Aqua in their chart, like Aqua Sun, Moon, or Rising, they have a very Saturnian communication style. It's a good way to put that. I've been not in a bad way, not in a bad way. As I know we got aquas in here, not in a bad way. Just is. Just is. I've been in the flow, creative and feeling good, but in the back of my mind, a little masculine voice is like, shit, you didn't make any money this week. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. And that's the thing too. It's like we don't like necessarily want to ignore that voice, but also like, how do I want to say? Not allow that voice to be so hard on ourselves either. Be like, we did not do that this week. And that's where we're at now. Right? It's like to have that grace with ourselves. To have that grace with ourselves. And like, yes, it is important to be disciplined. It is important to have structure. Believe me, speaking as a Cappy stellium, it's actually interesting. I would say most of my life I've been very like with how I like do things and go about things, except the last like couple years. To allow for more grace for myself and to not be so hard on myself, because it is important it's important. It's important, right? Because if we're just like beating ourselves up all the time, it's not going to put us in a very happy place. It's not going to put us in a very peaceful place. So yeah, I think when those voices come up, and like I said, I'm also just learning this for myself to have more balance for myself, to recognize that's how I'm feeling, put a voice to it, even say it out loud, and also at that same time be like, but you know what? That's where we're landing right now. And it's okay. We can make a plan to rectify that moving forward. But right now, it happened. And this is where we're at, you know? My best friends have been Aqua, no shade at all. Yeah. Me with Sun, Mercury, Uranus, and Aqua. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into a little collective check-in here. Okay. Let's see. For the collective, let's do Big Bertha. It always feels right working with Big Bertha. Like I keep hearing that Rihanna song. She is a very interesting person, I have to say. Not that I follow her, but just like you can just tell when you look at somebody, just what they got going on. I always hear the worst about Aquaman. I have known a few Aquamen, Aqua Suns, Aqua Moons, Aqua Risings. They have their very Saturnian nature, I think is all I need to say about that. And again, I can't speak for all Aquaman. It's just the ones I've met, and everyone deals with their own energies differently, and everyone's in a different level of their own healing and evolution, right? And it's self-awareness. But I will say, I do learn a lot from Aquas. I do. I think they are amazing. I think they do end up teaching people quite a bit just because of their nature. I had a weird experience where I dated 3 Aquamen born with the same 24 hours. Wow. Wow. That's kind of interesting. I wonder why that was going on. But okay, this microphone. Sorry, I'm probably going to be fiddling with this for quite a bit till I get used to it. Okay. But Aqua is a very unique energy. Like, we all know that. Aquarians are very unique. They are very interesting. And they do function in their own way. And they teach us to do that. That's part of the medicine of Aquarius. Okay. And I'm sure there are like softer Aquas out there. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. Especially being so close to Pisces, like there's got to be some soft Aquarians out there. But when they mature in their Aqua energy, they're very humanitarian. Yeah, he can't help but being himself. Yeah, because that's the other thing too. It's like Aquarian energy is about the connection of all, right? The connection of the community. And they do care. They do care. They do. I think that's a good point. Any messages or insights for the collective at this time? Any messages or insights for the collective's highest good? All right, let's see what we got going on, guys. If you're using headphones, I apologize if the sound is all over the place. And if you're just like listening, not watching, I need to do something about this microphone. Am I taking these? No. Okay. Trying to get refocused here. Any messages or insights for the collective in this present moment for the collective's highest good? Am I taking all of these? Yeah? Okay. Let's see. Of course, we get like everything about stars. Actually, except for this one. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. That feels like enjoyment to me. This definitely speaks of grounding. But this feels like enjoyment. A little bit of rest, a little bit of rejuvenation going on there. And then we have stargazer, set your sights higher. Some of you may feel like you need to take a little time for yourself. I'm getting like a 4 of Swords energy, like just a little bit of bubbling, a little bit of hermiting, to quiet the noise. Okay. Quiet the noise, whether that's just in your environment or within yourself. But it's like with these two coming out, it feels like taking some time to enjoy and to relax. Like I'm really getting relaxed. And I feel like there's going to be some interesting thoughts and awareness that comes as a result of that. Some of you guys may actually want to go and look at the stars or just feel called to do that at this time. I'm also getting a little bit of like star bathing too. And then we also have the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, and expressions. Yeah. And expression. Remember, the voice is something that's also been highlighted very strongly with this new moon. And yeah, I feel like that's what I'm getting with here. It's like allowing yourself to rest, relax, enjoy. You're going to start to see some things you didn't before. Your awareness is going to shift a little bit, right? Because they're reminding me of the focus card that was out here before too. When you put your focus on rest and peace and enjoyment and rejuvenation, you're inviting more of that space to be filled up with that. And you're inviting more of matching frequencies of rest and rejuvenation and peace to come towards you. And with that may also come some insights around how to have more of that, or even how to walk this world in that energy is also what's coming through for some of you. But yeah, I'm mostly getting rest, relax, enjoy. That's honestly mostly what I'm getting. Rest, relax, enjoy. Can I get one more card? I was feeling this card. Wait for important information to come through. Wait for important information to come through. I knew I was feeling that. Okay. Can I get one final card for the collective? Mhm. Autumn. Release the old and rest. Rest, 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 rest. Also, just a heads up, I don't know if it's happened already. We were forecasted to get a pretty strong solar storm today. Um, Again, I don't know exactly when, but that was just the forecast. I don't know if that's still happening or not. But those solar storms and solar flares, man, whew. They can do a lot in the body, and I know a lot of you already know that. But with autumn coming out here, yeah, I feel like it's really honing in on what I was already getting. It's like enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself this weekend. Enjoy yourself a little bit more in this moment, and just allow yourself to kind of be with your own diamondy essence, your own inner star essence, and allow that to also shift your awareness too. Okay. There's something else with autumn here though. For those that are lightening their heart, so to speak, I also feel that happening here too. There's something else. Can I get a card for autumn? Can I get another card for autumn? Mm. Mm. Magic guardian. Got all that fire. Unlock the magic within. I feel like that's about the radiance of our diamond selves. Very much so. I mean, it's very fiery, right? With all the imagery. And I was like, what else is going on there? In that rest, in that rejuvenation, in enjoyment, that is us allowing ourselves to restore our radiance, more acquainted with our radiance, just experience it. And that does actually equate to our own essence. It equates to our own magic, our own little sacred flame, inspiration, life force, whatever words you want to put on it. And it does. It feels like restoring ourselves, restoring our radiance. That's what it feels like to me. Totally what it feels like to me. I'm getting something about plans too. If you've like, okay, few things. Hold on, let me slow down. Because the rest and rejuvenation, it's like I am feeling a little bit of a timeout or putting a pause on some plans. Um, and I feel some resistance with that. Not all of you, but some of you, there's a little bit of resistance. So like this is something else too, as like you guys listen to my channel messages. Understand that not everything I say will apply to you, right? Because these messages that come through, they're meant to be supportive, but they're also meant to help people who are kind of going through it, okay? Who kind of need a little bit of guidance, who need a little bit of support and reassurance. So if you're in a really good space, I'm not going to say that my messages won't resonate with you, but there's probably not going to be as many messages of like, here's some assistance and some help if you're already feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So just that wanted to be said. But plans. I'm feeling like, yeah, putting a pause on plans. So you guys might actually need to go on a little vacation. Okay. Maybe a little weekend getaway. Maybe just like, I don't know, a day trip or something, or just going for a picnic and spending the day in the park. It's like I'm feeling strong rest and restoration, but the putting the hold on certain plans, certain appointments, certain, dare I even say, certain meeting certain deadlines or goals. I'm not encouraging you to like miss deadlines. I'm not encouraging that. Um, but it's very clear that there are some people in the collective right now that really need this. Okay. And if you are resisting that, I want to say let go of control. I feel like this is totally like North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. And I just realized, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So this weekend, we've had this throughout the week, but this weekend it's pretty strong. Venus, Neptune, and the North Node are all together in Pisces. That means Neptune and Venus are also opposing the South Node in Virgo. I was like, can't believe that didn't even click to me. Hold on. Let me also pull up a chart for this weekend. Putting it for Sunday. This is also why I'm actually enjoying this new setup, because like if I need to look something up, I can just do it. And it's like right there. Anyway. What else is going on with the South Node? Mm. Hmm. Okay. That's like the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. It's also working with Juno, but that feels supportive. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So, yeah, Neptune and Venus opposing the South Node in Virgo. Okay. And that's kind of what I'm getting a little bit. It's like, because, plans and execution, that's very Virgo. It's like, it's very, very Virgo. But taking a time out and just like, that's very Pisces. It's very, very Pisces. Um, and again, this is not for all of you, but some of you could really benefit from just like letting go of control a little bit and letting go of some expectations around plans and deadlines and things like that. I really want to say this weekend, but maybe this is also something that's going to help with your mindset moving forward and maintaining this radiance. They're really saying to call it radiance. I'm tempted to say your magic, your essence, your flame, your inspiration, your passion. I think that all just comes with just in being in your radiance, but they're really emphasizing the radiance here. So get your radiance level up to a good spot that feels really good. Okay? Take care of yourselves as you need to. Because remember, too, it's like Pisces and Virgo also relate to health and illness. I'm not saying that you're going to get sick. I'm not saying that, but taking care of ourselves, whether it is physically, mentally, emotionally, or all the above, that's health. That is also health. Okay? It's not so serious. It's not so serious. And I understand there are a lot of things in life that can feel really serious. This actually came up in the patron reading I did on Wednesday. There are a lot of things in life that can get really serious really quickly, but not everything has to be so serious. Yeah, this just feels like a lot of just getting back to self and our own radiance and doing what we need to do to keep ourselves restored and rejuvenated. That's honestly mostly what I'm seeing here. Yeah. I just want to pull one more. Let's do one more and then we'll move on. Am I taking these two? Yes. Okay. Okay. We have Hunter, one of my favorite cards, was with me for a long time. Track down your fears and desires. Love that freaking card. And then Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. And look, she kind of looks like a radiant little diamond. Doesn't she? Especially from the heart space. Little other speckles around her, within her. She's just a blue, shiny diamond just floating through the cosmos. Um, love it. This card speaks of all of this knowledge and information and awareness is within us. All this truth is within us. All the answers are within us. Excuse me. Always have been, always will be. And then when we have Hunter, you guys have heard me speak on this card before. And if you're new, the reason I love this card is because it speaks of how fear can really distract us and get a hold of us. And I think this is also speaking to those who are really having a bit of a heavier heart this week. Okay. And maybe this is also upcoming for you. We all experience energy in our own waves, right? But the reason I love this card is when that heaviness comes up, when our fears come up, when our sorrows come up, when our insecurities come up, it's a very strong indication. It's a path that actually can lead us to showing us our desires, to showing us what we really care about. Because the shit that we really care about, we're going to have the most fear of losing. We're going to have the most fear of having compromised in some way, right? You're not afraid of anything that has oh my god, okay, let me phrase this a different way. It's highly unlikely you're gonna have fear over something you don't give a shit about, because you don't give a shit about it, right? Like fear of our life. Yes, we like to have a life. We like to live, right? Fear of survival, right? Fear of losing a loved one, right? It's like, you understand what I'm getting at here. It's like you only have fear over things that you really give a shit about, because they're two sides of the same coin, fear and love. So, yes, if you're having heavy heart this week or upcoming at all in the context of what we're talking about, it is a very strong clue, flag, rabbit hole to allow that to show you what you really care about and bring you back to your radiance. Okay. Almost in a way of like, what is taking the shine away from your own radiance is almost how that feels. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying don't be responsible and don't take care of your shit. Take care of your shit, but make room for enjoyment, relaxation, restoration. It's important. Um, Love your henna. Thank you. I actually so I side note tangent. I words. I have become interested in henna. So I just decided to just start. So this is the second design I've done and I'm like it's getting there. It's getting there. It's definitely a bit of a learning curve for sure. But I am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I can't lie. It's very fun. Um anyway, sorry, coming back. Yeah, I think that's good for the collective message here. I'm feeling out signs and elements. Why is that not speaking to me today? It's not speaking to me for some reason. But I do want to pull a couple other cards though, but it's not speaking to me. Um, are we going henna or temporary tattoo? um, I just have grown an interest in henna, so I'm just like starting to play with it. I will say though, if any of you are wanting to learn henna, buy the cones pre-filled. So I actually bought a kit that like this freaking microphone. So I actually bought a kit where you can like make the henna yourself and make your cones yourself. I don't advise it. If you're a beginner and you're really new to like working with all that stuff, I don't advise it. The first cone I used, like all the henna just spilled out everywhere, and I was like, okay, I guess we can't use that one. It's like you're learning along the way. But yeah, you can buy already pre-filled cones online, which I suggest. Pre-filled cones are the best and they're not expensive. Yes, definitely go that route. Definitely go that route. For first, it's beautiful. I love henna too since childhood. I use it often. Oh, thank you. Like I said, definitely a learning curve for sure, but it's fun. See, enjoyment. Enjoyment. It's the little things. It's the little things. Yeah, I'm not really feeling signs or elements today, guys. But can you henna freckles on me? Oh, I guess you could do freckles. That it didn't even occur to me as a thing. I guess you could. You could probably do like little beauty marks and stuff. Huh, fun. So since I'm not feeling elements or anything like that today, I'm just gonna do another reading and we're just gonna flow that way. I know there are a lot of people that don't like groups. I get it. I'm just not feeling it. Like as I'm like trying to tune into signs, I'm like going through them and I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling stuff. I'm feeling stuff. But like I think again, this is also kind of coinciding with just the transition of how I'm working with my gifts and also why I transitioned away from sign readings. It's like we could get into the nitty-gritty with every sign, but I feel like when you're honing in on just these like larger energies that are active in the collective, you're going to get what you need. You know what I mean? You're going to get what you need. And I think sometimes when we get really focused on signs, it's like I don't know, it's almost like a hyper focus or it's almost like a I think you guys understand what I'm getting at. There's something about it just doesn't feel right today. So I just gotta flow with what feels right today. Um yeah, so let's do another read and just see where the day takes us. Okay. Okay. Definitely pulling out the animals today. Definitely, because they were calling me quite a bit. Hey buddy, how you doing? Are you feeling better? You want to come in? He was just like standing outside, like didn't know if he could come in or not. Where are you? I hear you. Oh, okay. Hey, buddy. We'll see if he gets up on his little tree. Okay. Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. You know what? I will pull dice out. That will help to give some people some confirmations and indications for those who need that. Okay. I have also been contemplating doing pick a card readings or pick a deck readings. Pick a pile. I don't know. Pick a thing. Pick a thing readings. So you guys may see those. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But it's something I've been thinking about. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. I feel like focusing on like signs or sign readings like limits a little bit in a weird way from the messages that just need to be heard, you know? Pick a cards are very fun. Yeah. Trying my best to get through this transition time. Okay. So let's get into this group energy here. Definitely a lot of red. A lot of red. Hold on a second. Make notes here. Red. Lots of red. I almost want to say ruby. Ruby red. Oh Lord, am I about to do automatic writing? I literally just got the juice, ruby red, like grapefruit juice. I don't even know if that's actually real grapefruit juice, to be honest with you. But some of you guys could be drawn to grapefruits at this time or citrus fruits. I'm getting grapefruit very specifically. Great, and actually, grapefruit juice does actually. Oh my God, I can't speak. I'm sorry. Associated with love. It's associated with love, and it's associated with the heart symbolically. Any messages or insights for this group? Any messages or insights for this particular group of the collective for their highest good in this moment? I'm getting a little raccoon energy, a little bit. Feels a little masky. Not in a bad way. Just someone's representative, whether it's you or someone you're dealing with. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, this is getting very specific because now I just got skunk, which is interesting. Raccoon and skunk, both of them are like kind of trickster. Skunk has more aggressive energy to it, though, even as a medicine. It's actually a very specific medicine. It's not always aggressive. That's just like one of the associations of skunk. But these two animals could be coming up for you. You could be seeing signs of this, not necessarily. But it's like, God, I'm getting such a. Maybe you're even a little confused here because I feel like I feel like this is a group for people who are dealing with another person or other people. It does feel like a relationship, and I want to say one that's like a best friend or someone you talk to very regularly or someone that you're dating or you speak to this person regularly, like 1 to 2 times a week at least, minimum. You could even speak to them every day. And I do feel a playfulness. So I'm like, okay, that's nice. Like I'm liking that. But the playfulness, it almost feels like the playfulness and banter. Maybe you guys like joke a lot. Maybe there's some wittiness going on. Maybe one of you is really good with your words. It's fun and it feels good. It's giving me 6 of Cups vibes, but there's a little bit of a but here. It almost while it feels good, it feels like it is like distracting from something. Um like maybe this could also be someone's defense mechanism. Like I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play and I'm just gonna make a joke and we're just gonna play and make jokes. It's very interesting. Am I taking this too? Yeah. Okay. So we have Owl and Bee coming out. Not what I expected, but this is the awareness of something really good, actually. The awareness of the honey in a situation. The awareness of the nectar, the reward in a situation is what I'm getting here. Huh. Okay. So even if there's like, you know, avoidance or even like distraction, as maybe dare I say escapism, there's some sort of there's still recognition that like there is something yummy here. There is something that's actually healthy here, even if there's unhealthy things around it. That's very interesting. Um, but and then here's like the question that comes up in my mind though. Are you able to eat the honey without getting stung? Is almost what I want to say. Right? Are you able to get the eat the honey, enjoy the good stuff without getting stung by the unhealthy behaviors or by the avoidance or like, you know what I mean? It's like that's kind of what I'm getting. The ignorance too is almost what I want to say. Can I get a third card for this particular group? Oh, look who came to play. Literally is what I want to say. Look who came to play. Look who came to the playground. Racoon. We've already been speaking on this energy. I don't need to speak on why it's here. I do feel like this is representing an energy, whether it's both of you or one person, where it's like there's fun and there is some kind of like honey and nectar here, but there's something else going on that's not being addressed. And I keep wanting to say, like, is it possible to eat the honey and not get stung? because of that. Interesting. On the bottom, we have elephant, breaking through barriers, breaking through walls and blockages. Okay. Let's get some more cards, group one. Oh, I just called you group one. Maybe we're doing more than one group today. Getting a little tired of that deck. Let's actually pull out the Fae. It's been a while since we pulled the Fae out. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to be between two people. It's just what I was feeling really strongly. So just take it as it resonates. It's basically a situation where not everything is obvious, not everything is clear, but it feels good. And you know there's something really beneficial to this, but you're just wondering if you're going to get out unscathed, or you're just wondering if you're going to be able to experience the good aspect of it, or the even like, again, the nectar of it, without getting stung, because not everything is clear. For those where this is about like two individuals engaging with each other, I want to say the owl is the skunk energy. Okay. While the other is well, the raccoon's the raccoon. I don't think there is a skunk in this deck, but I feel like the skunk is the one that has the awareness, is what I want to say. So again, take it as it resonates. This could even be at work. Yeah, this could even be at work or within a family. Again, it's like this is like definitely something that you engage with regularly, a situation you engage with regularly, a person you engage with regularly. I want to say minimum 1 to 2 times a week. Minimum. Just got here as a collective reading, kind of. So we did the collective read, and I was debating about doing signs or elements, and I was like, I feel groups. I just feel groups today. So we're rolling groups today. Ooh, interesting. The bodacious bodak. This is a shadow element. So again, you're aware. I feel like collective who resonates with this read, I feel like you are this owl energy. I feel like you're this skunk energy. And again, the raccoon can be a person. It can also just represent an aspect of the situation that is like not clear and not obvious if you're not dealing with another person. I feel like most of you are, though. Anyway, bodacious bodak coming out. I feel like this is you being aware that something is not quite great here. Something is a little sus. Something's a little sus. Someone's a little sus. That's mostly what I'm getting. This pensive anticipation of what you know is kind of hidden without knowing it. And it has like a waiting to pounce energy too, which is also kind of unsettling, to be honest. Like if you're dealing with somebody, I want to say the bodacious bodak could represent like an aspect of themselves they're trying to hide from you, or even a secret they're trying to hide from you. Don't get all like scared about it. I don't even think you would be, because being the owl, you would just know. It wouldn't be a shock. Could even just be their shadow, and it's almost like you can sense it's about to like bust out, show itself, etc. And if it's a situation where something feels kind of off, like a work situation, it's like you know it's going to come out. Yeah, I think that's really what it is. You know it's going to come out. You know it's going to come out. You know it's a matter of time. So again, it's like how long can I enjoy the honey before this comes out to sting me? It's kind of how it looks. Interesting. Again, some of you it's work, some of you it's a relationship, family, close friend, or romantic. Am I taking these? No. Okay. Anything else for this group? This is really fascinating. see what we got here. We have Las Guna. It's an interesting one too. She pensively looks to the future, which is something that I do really love about that energy. It's like she's sitting there, but she knows that there's like a timing to movement. There's a timing to going into the next situation, into the next thing. And I feel like again, it's very much like, how long can I be here and eat honey or wait to get honey before I have to move on, or before I have to get away from this situation or get out of this situation or somehow bypass. This is interesting because I feel like whoever is like resonating with this, it's like, I feel like you're just trying to stick it out. Maybe you feel like you don't have a choice, especially if it's like work related. You may feel like you don't have a choice and you got to stick it out. Eh, I'm not going to say that's an illusion. That's your own free will, right? Um, but that's what's coming through. Like you feel like you have to wait it out for some reason. Why? You feel held there? Why do you feel held there? Can I get a third card, please? Interesting. Lace the Moon's Daughter. So this is a card that is associated with moon cycles. And of course, we just had the new moon in Aquarius. She actually, I like her because she's kind of cheeky and she's kind of playful. She's kind of mischievous. She speaks to revealing information that's been hidden, literally, which is also being associated with the raccoon here. And it is, yeah, I'm getting it's only a matter of time and you know it. It's only a matter of time and you know it. Okay. But I do encourage you to just maybe consider, and you know your situation better than I do, whether again this is work or specific friendship, family member, love interest. If you are chained to the situation or not, because I keep getting you feel like you have to stick it out for whatever reason, or you feel like you have to like find loopholes, like you can't just dip. Like you can't just dip. And I get it, especially if it's like work. I get it. Money's a thing, right? So it's just interesting. Let's get some tarot cards out here and then we'll move on to another group. Don't let me forget to roll the dice. Don't let me forget because I can feel myself. I can totally forget. So don't let me forget to do that. It's very fascinating. I do love the Fae deck, but I forget how much nudity is on them. So I was like, oh yeah, gotta be careful. Okay. Did we get unfocused? I can see all the henna on my hand. Henna stains on my hand. Okay, there we go. Any other messages or insights for this group? Any other messages or insights for this group? Regardless of how this situation is happening for you, person, work, otherwise, I feel like some of you are also aware of someone else's agitation. And I want to say, even if they're coming off, even if you're sensing anger, I want to say they're just feeling insecure or they're feeling out of control or disempowered. Like if this is a work situation, this could even be like your boss or something. And maybe they feel like they don't got a handle on shit, you know, but they're trying not to show that. But they're under a lot of stress. So it's like, you know, how, or humans, this is how humans are. But yeah, some of you are aware of someone else's anger, but I want to say it's like, it's anger, but it's really from a place of feeling out of control. It may come off as agitation or insecurity, but I'm feeling a little bit of perceiving anger. Any other messages or insights for this group? Let's see here. Ooh, I don't love that. I don't love that, but it's not terrible. It could be worse. Seven of Swords in reverse is a little bit better than Seven of Swords upright. I used to not, well, for a long time, I read reversals and then I stopped reading reversals. And now the cards are just like doing what they want to do. And my team's like, if it comes out reverse, just take a reverse. So that's how we're rolling, just sharing. Anyway, Seven of Swords in reverse with the 10 of Cups. There is a revealing of truth happening, and like I said, even you know it's just a matter of time. But it's interesting that what is being revealed is around the 10 of cups. So some of you, this is absolutely about family. Some of you, it's also recognizing what you Hi, buddy. Hold on. Come here. Hi. Hi. Don't distract me too much though, okay? Okay. Okay. Um, but the Seven of Swords in reverse is reveal for sure. It can even be shattering illusions, even illusions that come from self-sabotage, right? And this could even pertain to this other energy that you're dealing with, or even just the sus energy in the situation. And with the Ten of Cups being out here, again, family could be a big part of this, but I also feel like the nectar, the honey, is part of the Ten of Cups. So again, the question, can you experience the honey and the nectar without getting stung? I wanna say you can, and maybe this is also why you are sticking this out. A part of you may actually know that, yes, there is a way. Interesting. Anything else for this group? I don't know, though. I like Seven of Swords is not my most favorite card. It's Aquarius energy. Um, it's just when it comes out, it's always like, It's like, right? I think for everybody, people go like, "Ew." Like you gotta like tread lightly almost, just because like what's really going on with that Seven of Swords? Well, we're gonna pull more cards. Any other messages or insights for this group? Yeah, I feel like the Ten of Cups is the bee energy. It is the honey. It is the nectar. Interesting. Hierophant. That yeah, that to me is speaking of the fact that you feel tied to this. Okay. That you feel tied to this in some way that you can't just like bounce or dip or be like, I don't got to put up with this. I'm going to go find my honey elsewhere, right? Whether it's honey in the money, like a work situation, um, or it's just the joy that you can experience or even benefits you can experience with another person, family, friend, or love interest, right? Ten of Cups and Hierophant can indicate marriage. It doesn't have to, but it does feel like some sort of contract, obligation, a duty, a responsibility. You do feel tied to this. You do feel tied to this. Interesting. King of Pentacles at the bottom. I'm about to pull a card on that seven. Whoa. Ooh, sorry. Lovers, Gemini energy. Okay. Lovers to me is a card of alignment. It can speak to choices, like big life choices, can also speak to spiritual guided relationships, which again, some of you, this is about a relationship, doesn't have to be. But the alignment with the Ten of Cups and the Hierophant, it's screaming the bee. This is why you're like you've been sticking around because you know how sweet this honey will be for you. Yeah, it's like, wow. Um, some of you, it's actually like healing, like an elixir kind of an effect of some sort with your own alignment. But I just, that Seven of Swords energy. Let's get a card for the Seven of Swords. And yeah, strength in reverse. Like I kind of already honed in on this that energy. If you're dealing with another person and they're like the raccoon, right? They would be that Seven of Swords energy, and they would probably have some dealing with some feeling out of control or feeling insecure, right? Strength in reverse does indicate that. Can I get another, please? Can I get another card for the Seven of Swords in reverse? Page of Wands. Oh, it's kind of getting a little sweet with the Page of Wands. So again, whether you're dealing with a person or this is just a situation you're finding yourself in, when it comes to the truth of the benefit of this situation or this relationship and whatever's been getting in the way, it definitely seems like whatever's been getting in the way has been control issues, power dynamics, insecurity, fear, things like that, even if someone's been triggered. But it does seem like the reveal of that, the recognition of that is evoking Page of Wands energy. I almost want to say bringing in a little bit more of a pure passion, excitement, play. It's like it's childlike. And with the Ten of Cups, Hierophant, and the Lovers, there's an alignment that's happening here to this obligation. I want to say to this commitment, work or relationship or otherwise. So yeah, if someone's like, you know, like this, I hate to say they're just insecure, but they are. They're just insecure. And it's a control thing, it's a safety thing. And I think recognizing that and speaking to that Page of Wands within them, or allowing some space for that Page of Wands to come out, is part of the elixir here. But if this is a work situation, it's about like rediscovering the joy, the passion, the inspiration, why you like that job in the first place, why you are in that environment in the first place, why you're obligated to this in the first place. It's reclaiming that. It's like very much in line with the radiance energy that we were talking about before. Okay. All right. Almost forgot. And then I was like, oh, wait, dice. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's do a house one. I don't want to do all 6. That feels like, no, they said okay. Okay. All right. We're going to do all 6. These are my astrology die. So if you have headphones, I don't know, take them out for a second. Okay. Oh, it's not that loud. All right. Let's see what we got. It's not shocking at all. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we have the Sun, Venus, Pisces. So, sorry. Pisces. So Sun, Pisces, Venus, Pisces. Sagittarius. So Sun, Sag, Venus, Sag. Oop, just switched to Capricorn. 11th house and 5th house. Okay. So you could have Pisces or Sag in your 5th or 11th house, or someone you know can, or you can have Venus or Sun in Pisces or Sagittarius, but also Venus is in Pisces right now. Okay. And is actually very active, as we know. Okay. So those are just some of the confirmations if you want. And Capricorn did kind of make a little bit of an appearance. Yeah. But that like 5th house, 11th house, that kind of screams fun. That screams fun. That screams wish fulfillment and hope and healing, and especially with the Piscean Venus Sun energy. Sag to me also feels very playful and fiery, but also bringing the knowledge too. So yeah, it makes sense why these energies are out here. But just to give confirmation. Okay, let's do another one. I'm already feeling a lot of water in this next one. He's so handsome. It's funny. Not funny. I guess it's just a fascinating effect that like fur babies have on us. I will never get tired of looking at this cat. Ever. It's like Clyde TV. Like I could literally watch him for hours and be content. I don't know why. I just can. Anyway, let's get into a second read here. Oh wait, let me make some notes to put in the description here. Skunk, owl, raccoon, bees, honey, shady to clarity. Okay. Yeah, let's get a second read here. Okay. All right. So yeah, group 2. Hold on, let me get a little coffee actually. Oh, I forgot it was there. Sorry, followed by a little water. Okay. So group 2, I already feel a lot of water with you. A lot of water, a lot. They are showing me like a nursery, like a plant nursery. Maybe you guys really like plants. Maybe you're about to go buy some plants. Maybe you got a lot of plants in your home, but they're showing me actually very specifically tropical plants. Tropical ferns, dare I say. So garden nursery, a lot of water with you. Blues and greens. That makes sense. Blues and greens. Okay. Oh. Oh. Some of you are finding a new source of joy in plants. Oh, I'm liking this. I like 333, by the way. There's a softness to this. I don't know why it's making me want to go, oh. You may find it just very grounding, very calming. I want to say calming. I think you're finding this to be very, very calming. I want to say it is a new hobby. Like gardening, learning about plants. Maybe you're trying to figure out to get a job at a nursery. Maybe you want to work at a nursery. I'm hearing, yeah, horticulture. Botanical garden. Yeah, this is like all around plants. This is all around plants. I want to say it's calming for you. It's doing something for you. And it does feel like a new hobby or skill. Again, this is very specific. I don't quite feel herbal. I feel like some of you guys just asked. I don't quite feel herbalism. But I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I feel like it's literally just getting to know plants and how to garden and what they need. Just connecting with them in that space and like catering to them. Like that's what I feel like it is for you. Whoever this resonates for, you may really feel like a plant god or plant goddess, you know, like you were gatekeeper of the plants. Not in that kind of like way, because it's very soft. It's very, very soft. Regardless if you're a man or a woman that wants to be said, that wants to be said, that wants to be said, wanted to be said 3 times. Okay. Okay. So we have snake coming out here. Love that, considering we are now also in the year of the snake. But snake is about tapping into your untapped potential, which is what I'm feeling with this whole plant thing that I'm getting with you. And again, new skill, new hobby is more specifically what I'm getting, but the plants are really strong, like really strong. If you've been wanting to get into a new hobby or skill and you're resonating with this so far, I would highly consider plants. And even just like working for a nursery part-time or botanical gardens part-time, like something like that. It's helping you tap into something that you haven't tapped into before. Like maybe you grew up in a city, like maybe you grew up in a really urban environment and you just weren't around a lot of plants. Like it just has this vibe that you just haven't had this opportunity before. You just haven't had access before. I think you're going to be really good at it. I'm seeing 5s. Couldn't keep it nice and light, could we? Okay, hyena. This is my 7 of Swords energy. That moon energy is very strong on this card as I'm talking about this. Hyena is a bit of a mask. It's like the person that laughs in your face, but deep down they've got some maniacal thoughts. Not to be all dramatic, it's just kind of how it's described, kind of. I'm putting a little dramatic flair on it. I feel like it's more about the hidden factor for you. I feel like that's more of why the hyena's out here. Like, maybe this won't sound strange because it's whoever who needs to hear this. It's like you were kept from this, is what I'm getting. You were literally kept from doing this. Like I was already getting the no access before, but the hyena is making me feel like there was more of an active force that kept you from doing this. Maybe you received a lot of judgment or criticism for being interested in these things, or maybe you weren't like allowed to play in the garden or like around plants. I can't imagine that's a thing, but it's weird. It does. It feels like there's some sort of like active, in the past or present, active force that has like maybe talked you out of it, talked you away from it, convinced you it's not for you, maybe told you you wouldn't be good at it, or just like encouraged you to be in other spaces. Oh, it's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Can I get another card, please? For this group. So I'm getting plants, but like, if it's not plants for you, I just keep getting like, you've had some pretty strong past or present, I want to say controlling, like person that's kept you from accessing the environment to access this hobby. It's like so specific. So specific. Again, controlling, judgmental, critical, or even manipulative of just like convincing you to go another direction or convincing you to like that it's not for you, these kinds of things. Could even have been a parent or a teacher, a bad teacher, a bad one, right? Could even have been a friend, a boss. You get the picture. Actually, after I said that, I saw King of Wands energy. Doesn't have to be a man, could be a woman. Anyway, can I get another card, please, for this group? That you remove the community tab. I didn't remove the community tab. I don't even think I can do that. Maybe you just didn't scroll all the way because they keep adding more. Sorry, like little YouTube moment, little YouTube rant moment. They keep adding more tabs, so you just probably had to like scroll more. I'm guessing. I definitely didn't remove it. I definitely didn't remove it. Just want to make that clear. Okay. Anyway, can I get a third card, please, for this group? Oh, am I taking these? Yes. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh. Hawk, crow, and fox. Look at these birds. Look at these birds coming out for you. Hawk usually comes out when we are being guided by spirit. We're always being guided by spirit, but this is like they're on your butt like white on rice, kind of guiding you, like intervening in things, showing you signs. And I'm getting a lot of that actually, showing you signs and indications. I want to say to pursue this. And with Crow is a card of magic, literally speaks of that and like alchemy, transmutation, that sort of deal. I am hearing divine messenger. I keep feeling like this is about signs. This is about spirit throwing you a hell of a lot of signs, and almost want to say towards the fox. You are the fox. It's like multiple layers there with the fox energy. Fox is an intelligent energy. Fox knows how to switch up when they need to switch up. Fox knows when to pivot. Fox knows when to go left and when to go right, and they can make that decision very quickly. I feel like you're being asked to be the fox here, to pick up on the signs, pick up on what spirit's been telling you, spirit's been showing you. And I want to say all about this. All about this. Again, this could be someone from your past and you just have had their voice in your head or the narratives, the beliefs in your head that they implanted. I hate to say it that way, but that's how it goes, right? Some of you, this is someone presently in your life, and spirit's like, yo, yo, are you picking up what we're putting down? Are you going to follow what we're trying to show you? What we're trying to tell you about what you have not had access to or allowed yourself to have access to because other people haven't wanted you to have access to that? And it is about some sort of skill. It is. I keep getting that so strongly. It's about some sort of skill or some sort of hobby. I think that's actually going to reveal a gift of yours that you have, just something that you're so good at. And again, it's like this is the biggest indicator is that you haven't had the access or space or time or money or support to try whatever this is. So it could be something that like because you have an innate talent for it, it could be something that you may kind of unknowingly kind of do in your alone time if it's something that doesn't require a lot of materials, like singing, for example. Maybe you sing every day, but you've never taken voice lessons. You've never like sat down with a teacher. You've never learned music, right? You've never learned proper singing technique or whatever, right? So like just as an example, trying to think of another one. Or like with plants, like maybe you again grew up in a city, maybe people made fun of you, whatever. But even if you haven't like had the space or time or resources to like sit down and learn about plants or get all the materials to make plants grow and to like see their cycles, maybe when you hike, you're like, oh, look at that tree. Oh, look at that flower. Oh, I wonder what that is. Like you see what I'm saying? Yeah, and spirit's being very clear with you. Oh, sorry, but I didn't mean to put my elbow in your face. Spirit's being very clear with you that they are like showing you this. They are telling you this. They're trying to get you to see this so you can finally experience it and get this person, people's voices out of your head or get away from people if there are present people like this around you. And on the bottom, we do have Scorpion, which I love that this is here because Scorpion is all about shit we're holding on to that's affecting us that you don't have to hold on to, basically. Okay. Wonder what's underneath that. Oh, beaver with work and routine and diligence. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. Okay, let's pull some other cards here. I'm not feeling the Fae with you. I'm not feeling the Fae. Let's do Energy Oracle for group 2. You're whacking me against the head with this. Good. Good. Actually, that reminds me. I think it was in the weekly, and I forget which element had crow. But for those who didn't watch the weekly, that crow did come out. I want to say it might have been for air, actually. And I was talking about Altair because Altair was active at that time with the new moon and Mercury and Pluto, blah, 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 blah. But the effect that Altair has was very much of what I was getting with the crow in the weekly at that time for that particular element was like someone was getting like hit in the head, like metaphorically, symbolically speaking, to like drop them some truth bombs, some knowledge nuggets. Anyway. Thanks, Native. Yes, if you're in here and you're enjoying the video, please like the video so other people can access it and find it. Thank you. Okay. Just showed up a few minutes ago, but this group is definitely for me. Well, glad to offer it. Glad to be doing this reading right now. Okay, one more. Any other messages or insights for this particular group? I was about to say Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael just came out. Okay. Interesting cards here. Archangel Raphael with the heart chakra, 38 breaking down to an 11. Woman holding a heart and 44. So we have 2 master numbers coming out here. Look at how much heart energy is being emphasized for you. And with the snake coming out, we don't often think of the heart because it's untapped potential. And snake, I think we equate to like more passionate, creative, juicy kind of energies. But everything we're talking about right now is about the radiance of the heart, the radiance of who we are, right? And we've been in this collective wave for a while because of Mars retrograding through Leo and Cancer in tropic astrology, that we have been learning how to really take action from our heart spaces. We've been learning how to take action from what we truly want. And that's what I'm seeing here. Group 2, while this is about your passion and what makes you happy and excited, it's starting with your heart space. And I was getting a lot of greens with you, greens and blues, but I was getting a lot of greens. And it feels like this hyena energy, I'm not going to say it's taken root in your heart, but I want to say this hyena energy has affected your heart space in some capacity. Yeah. Like even the words like tainted and venom are coming up. I'm not saying you have a bad heart. That's not what I'm saying. I think you probably have a very beautiful heart. But that it's like your heart needs, like kind of what we were getting at before with the collective reading, where some people are in a really high vibe this week and are really radiating, and some people, their hearts feel heavy. That's kind of what I'm getting with you. Like your heart has been heavy with the poisoned thoughts and feelings and words of the hyena. Okay. And your heart wants to be relieved of that. Your heart wants to be lightened of that. So you can actually get into what you want to get into. You can experience what you've been wanting to experience, and even what spirit's been wanting you to experience and wanting you to learn. And it does, again, very specifically, feels like a hobby, a skill, or cultivating a gift of some kind. And it starts with you, I want to say, curing your heart of the hyena. Okay. I'm definitely not taking those. Boy, those came out. Any other messages or insights for this group? I'm still feeling Archangel Gabriel really strongly. So again, you could be working with archangels at this time. I'm just wanting to mention. I'm almost feeling the need to tell you, nothing can stop you. No one can stop you. I'll put it that way. No one can stop you. No one can stop you from experiencing the full extent of your heart. That's part of this for you. That's part of this for you. It almost feels like you haven't been able to take up full real estate of your heart space because of this person slash people and whatever I want to say venomous words and venomous thoughts they've implanted. That's like almost if you were to try to take up real estate in your heart, what with this still being there, I feel like you would probably feel sad. I feel like you'd probably actually feel a lot of shame. Actually, there's some throat stuff. Yeah, I feel like Gabriel's in the space. Um, yeah, I almost feel like you would experience shame, but it's shame that you don't need. It's not meant for. I'm gonna say it's not meant for you to feel, but it's like shame that's been induced by this, by that. So it's like it's not anything you even need to have shame about. Some of you might almost equate this to feeling small or feeling inferior, inadequate. Definitely self-worth stuff is coming in there. Um, just all kinds of things. You know how it's coming through for you. Any other messages or insights for this group? Oh. Oh. Oh my. Door to almost said door to shame. Door to romance. Door to romance. Okay, that's interesting. That was an interesting psychic slip right there. Whoa. Because door to romance is also door to the heart. Okay. And you are like all of this is all about the heart for you right now. Okay. So door to romance can mean romance, or it can also just mean the door to your own heart and taking up full real estate from there and acting from that space and indulging in, right? What makes you happy and excited and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel full of joy and love for life and love for yourself and all of that good stuff. But it's interesting. I wanted to say shame. Yeah. The more we get into this group too, I feel like you were shamed for just things that you love. Like, I hate to say that, but that's kind of how it feels. Like something that you have an innate love for, like a talent or a gift or a skill, and you wanted to cultivate it. Like you've been ashamed about it, or you've been made to feel shameful about it or inadequate over it. I don't like it. I don't like that. Can I get another card for Daughter Romance? It'd be like that sometimes, right? Kind of what I was getting at before. There might be people who want to not have you be so shiny, but too bad. You can be as shiny as you want to be. By the way, I'm noticing all the master numbers here. 38 with the 11, 44, and 33. Oh, you're so cute. He's sleeping. Whoa. You have a second door. Door to value and all tied up. Okay. Door to value is more of like an Ace of Pentacles energy, while Door to Romance is like an Ace of Cups energy. Again, I do feel skill, hobby, talent with this, okay, to cultivate, which means it can be very tangible, very real, very practical, that it's not just an internal experience, but it feels like the internal experience of taking up full real estate and claiming of your own heart space. I want to say again, that's interesting. I don't want to get into like the whole metaphysics of some of the stuff that I'm feeling here. Okay, it might have to be said. It might have to be said. So, some of you, this hyena energy, and don't get scared of what I'm about to say because we have full power and control over ourselves, our energy fields, our bodies, our emotions, our hearts. And if what I say doesn't resonate with you, then don't accept it. Okay. But if it does resonate and you're like, holy shit, that's been happening, then take it as confirmation and that you have full control over yourself and your body and your heart and all of that stuff. Some of you, this hyena energy, I want to say is someone that has like knowingly or not like hooked into you I think that's more for my empaths. And I want to say it's through the heart, actually. I want to say it's through the heart, and that's why it's been hard for you to take up full real estate of your heart. And I do feel like with you doing that and reclaiming that, not allowing yourself to feel shame, they won't be able to be hooked into you anymore. Okay. Cause it's almost like that's their way in is through shame and fear, and they won't be able to do that anymore. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. Okay. If you're like, oh my God, I've been sensing that, or I've been wondering that, or I've been feeling that, or you've had some other knowingness, then it's probably for you. And if you are like, what? It's probably not for you. Okay. I just want to make that very clear. But either way, doing this for yourself with your heart space is going to immediately open a door, an opportunity, a path into this very real experience outside of you that is you working with this skill, working with this gift, this hobby, getting access to do what you've always wanted to do, right? That's why we have all tied up here. This is that feel. It's like Eight of Swords energy. This is feeling bound. This is feeling like I can't move. This is feeling stuck. This is feeling like I can't do it. But you absolutely can. It's just about reclaiming your heart space for you again. Okay. And untangling, unrooting yourself from that hyena voice slash voices slash person slash people. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's get into some tarot. Thank you for channeling this. I've been so confused at the shame. Yeah. It's like, and some of you who are in that boat, again, if you are like the whole like being hooked in thing and stuff, and you're like, what? Like, again, not for you. But for those who have been experiencing that, when that is the kind of a situation's going on, sometimes when we get these like random waves of like, why do I suddenly feel like the tiniest person in the world, or like the most shameful person in the world? It's because of that. It's because of those tethers and those hooks. Because it's like trying to like maintain that hook, that connection. Okay. That's not everybody. Like I said, for those who need to hear that, you've heard it. But I think most of you have just been experiencing this like a little voice of shame and sadness. Any other messages or insights for this group? Eight of Pentacles. So this is physical effort. This is time, money, and energy that we put into something to master it. I'm telling you guys, there is some sort of really amazing talent or skill that you have that you are already good at. And you're ready. Like you are ready to dive into it. You're ready to master it. You're ready to experience it. Especially the fact that it's already the 8 too, which tells me like how much of a talent it already is for you. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, look at you. Queen of Wands, passionate. Passionate. I love it. I love it. This is totally you at work in your passions and what makes you feel excited and good and happy. Um, it just feels awesome. That feels really awesome. Something else too about the heart space is coming up here. What is this? Some of you may have been putting in a lot of time and energy into other things that you thought you needed to, should have, etc. Um, away from whatever this gift is, away from whatever this skill or talent is. And I want to say if that's the case, it's interesting. It's like you've put in effort, but not your full effort. And maybe that's because you've had this awareness of that it's not actually totally what would make you happy. Yeah, feels very resonant. Okay. Ah, hey Daniel. Hey cousin. DC Ventures. That's my cousin, guys. Say hi. Check him out. Especially if you're into real estate, definitely check him out. Okay. So cool that you're in here. Hi. All right. Any other messages or insights for group 2? Yeah, 9 of Wands. Always supporting. Ah, love you. We got to talk soon. There's a lot to catch up on. But Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is my like wounded warrior card, right? It's like it's that wall, it's that struggle, um, it's the hardship. I feel like that's just where you've been at. I feel like that's where you've been at because there's clearly again other things that you want to be doing. Um, and you just haven't allowed yourself to do it, or you felt like you couldn't have access to that. Now I miss my cousins. Oh, making people in the chat feel stuff. Let's see. Any other messages or insights for group 2? Let's see here. Yeah, it's exactly what we've been talking about. Death keeps coming up at the bottom, by the way, which, as you guys know, it's just change, right? It's change, it's healing, it's death, it's rebirth. But Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups, nines are probably big for you right now too. With the Knight of Pentacles, again, you're ready to invest in what makes you happy. Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. It's feeling content within the self. Knight of Pentacles is that diligence. It's putting in the hard work. It's making a plan and following through and being consistent. You are very ready. You just have to work through that Nine of Wands energy. You just got to learn to take up all the real estate in your heart and get away from that shameful voice slash voices of other people. Okay. Oh, dice. Almost forgot again. So I left them right here. So it's like just gotta keep them in my mind's eye, my eye line. Okay. Let's give it a better shake. We're supposed to get like a little snow. It's kind of exciting. Mind's eye line, right? Yeah, right. All right. Hold on. Okay. North node. Oh, North node energy. Wait, that was 12. Okay. So we have oh my God, you guys can't see. I'm sorry. Jupiter, North Node, if I can hold it right. Okay. Jupiter, North Node, Aries, Cancer, the 12th house. And is this 9 or 6? I'm gonna say that's 9. Oh, yeah, that's 9. And gotta hold it really close. And 9. So Jupiter, the North Node, either in Cancer or Aries. You could have Cancer Aries in your 9th house or 12th house. These are just the confirmations of the energies that are happening right now. Jupiter will move into Cancer this year, in June. Actually, June, July is gonna be an interesting time, guys. I've started to dive into the astrology, not super heavy, but yeah, June, July is gonna be a really not crazy time, pivotal. I would say historic time actually. But yeah, Jupiter Cancer kind of highlighting June. Even a Jupiter return for some of you this year. So with all of this, I keep getting pulled to June. As you make that emotional real estate, you take that space up. You start investing in what you really want to invest in, what makes you happy, what other people have not wanted you to invest in for yourself. There may be something that comes up around June, and I'm getting, to be honest, I'm very specific, like the first week of June, like June 2nd, June 3rd. I don't even know what's happening specifically on those days. That's really specific. The first week of June is just really jumping out. Maybe you're a Gemini. Interesting. Something feels beneficial around that time. But to repeat, Cancer, Aries, Jupiter, North Node, 9th house, 12th house. Okay, let's move on. Are we doing a third group today? Where are we at? Oh shit, we're almost 2 hours. I don't know how time goes so fast, you guys. I really don't. I really, really don't. I feel like I want to. Let me just make notes for this second read that we just did here, okay? Green, blue, from others, Archangel energy, and Gabriel, the heart. Let me see what this. Yeah, I'm feeling a third group. Mm. Third group, I can already tell you guys, feels very mystical, for lack of a better word. Like they're literally showing me unicorns. I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be one of those reads, which is always fun. That's always fun. Yeah, this third group feels, I want to say, very Aquarian, Piscean, 12th house, 8th house. Not quite 8th house. It feels a little higher than that, vibrationally. But let's actually, okay, we're gonna do the pocket archetypes with this group. Just doing the timestamp. Okay. All right, let's go for it. So group 3, are you a space unicorn? So that's what I want to say. Do you fancy yourself a unicorn? It just definitely has that like mystical, unique, like one of a kind energy, which again is very Aquarian. Okay. I just bought the Crystal Unicorn deck after seeing you use it. Oh, awesome. Yeah, a friend gifted that to me, which I thought was so sweet. I have it here. I'm probably going to use it for this reading. Yeah, it's a great deck. I love that deck. And I love the way the art style is too. We're doing groups, not elements. Correct. It's one of those days. It's just one of those days. And when I do the timestamps, I'll put little descriptions for each group. And if I remember, I will do it for the thumbnail too. If I remember. Actually, that's what I'm going to title group 3, Space Unicorns. I love that we're just like having a blast together. Okay. Any messages or insights for group 3? Okay. The empty room, which is basically like the void of potential of all things, which is kind of screaming space unicorn, is it not? This card always screams potential for me as a reader. The potential of what we find in the unknown, undiscovered. So yeah, discovery seems to be a thing for you. Group 3, this could actually be like straight up discovering new shit, like inventions and what have you, like innovations, creating something that people have never seen before. Some of this is going to be self-discovery. Okay. But discovery is very big. That's also a big theme for this week. And especially with the astrology too, with this new moon that we've just had. Mercury, Pluto being in Aquarius is part of that. Now, wherever you have Aquarius in your chart, I'm sure you've been looking at it because of the new moon. But I would, if you're resonating with group 3, I would keep your eye on that house in your life for something to be uncovered, discovered. Okay. Anything else for group 3? You could be monitoring discoveries. Maybe some of you guys like to stay up to date on like science news sources, space news sources. I'm getting a little bit of that too. I'm not even feeling politics. I'm feeling very much like natural things. Oh, okay. The empty room in the cave, kind of like supportive energies, I would say, for your reading. It, however, you're discovering, I want to say you are definitely in your own space doing this, meaning you're either like hermiting and doing this, like taking time for yourself and doing this. Some of you are actually journeying. Like I'm getting like dream time for some of you, like dream time astraling for some of you. Some of you are exploring your own consciousness, like drum journeys. I'm getting a little bit of that too. A lot of meditation. Some of you are just in your creative dens and you are discovering self, or you're discovering something about your own creative energy, or like your own, like the way you're creating. Again, you could be creating something new, but it does feel very much like you're in your own experience of it. What dare I say, away from the world. Shapeshifter coming out, kind of speaking to that energy of discovery. Shapeshifter is things evolving, adapting, taking on different forms than we've known them to be. Yeah, the more I'm getting into this, again, I feel really strong self-discovery, and I do think that you are shifting. You're shifting, you're changing as a result of this self-discovery. But again, you could also just be enjoying your space and going into a state where you are learning a lot of new things, or even exploring your own psyche, your own the realms even, and it's actually helping to evolve you as a result of that. Some of you, your views on things are going to change because of this too. Can I get one final card for group 3? Like, you may identify as a space unicorn now, but that might change quite a bit actually over time with this energy. Yeah, wow. Well, that says it all. Apocalypsis. Apocalypsis is a cleaning the slate. That is a wiping the board clean. I think you are rediscovering and reinventing yourself. Some of you, your viewpoint and beliefs are completely changing. But the wiping clean with the shape shifting, that's kind of screaming reinvention. Okay. All right, let's get some other cards out here for you guys. Um hmm. Yeah, we'll do Fae. This feels very Fae friendly. Yes, you can resonate with all three. It is not ego. We are a collective. And that's another reason why I think I've been guided away from sign readings. We are all a collective, and there will be things that you resonate with across the board when you're watching group readings or like pick a card readings, for example, because we're all a collective. Yeah, it happens. And also, like, even in different levels of experiences, right? So I did I'm doing 3 readings today outside of the collective reading. So maybe one of the readings you identify with like shit going on in your physical reality. Hold on. And maybe another you experience more in your emotional space. And maybe another you experience more in the spiritual space. Like, this to me feels very like realms. Right? This reading feels very like up there and not down here at all. Right? The first one, can I remember the first one? First one felt very like 3D physical reality, and the second one to me felt more emotional but had that like physical reality component. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you can resonate with a lot of different things. And you know it. Like, resonance is something you feel in your body. Like, not trying to make it fit, not like, oh, well, maybe if it is like this, so that can apply this way, you would feel it in your body. Anyway. Yeah, interesting. Singer of Healing coming out here with the number 10. So you guys can be getting 1010 a lot. They just showed me 1010 as I called that out. Excuse me. The empty room in the cave, the being in your own space with this, your own personal experience with this. That's why the Singer of Healing is coming out. This could be healing for you. It's like, I feel like healing's the wrong word though, because I just get it. I'm just getting reinvention. I'm getting reinvention. I'm getting discovery. I'm getting, oh, that's the truth. Let me embody that now. Again, very Aquarian. I actually don't feel a lot of emotions here at all. It feels very just matter of fact. Like, oh, that's a truth I haven't thought of before or haven't considered before. You know what? I resonate with that. I'm just going to ascribe to that moving forward. Like, it's very factual. So again, I don't feel emotional healing, but you could experience it that way. I don't feel that, but you could experience it that way. It just feels like evolution, which is what healing is too. Healing is just evolution. Any other messages or insights for group 3? Oh, you were hiding. We have friends and indie. Now I feel a little bit of the emotion. Oh, so friends is how it sounds. It talks about support systems, whether we're talking between people or between like us and our team and spirit and whatever, right? Indie is about balance. Indie is about balance and choices. So both of these are speaking to the balance of things. and the choices we make to maintain that balance. Why is this making me feel emotional though? Because I feel like this experience is very solo, but whatever you're discovering, it seems to be about these things. It seems to be about the themes of friendship, the themes of give and take, the themes of balance, and your choices in that, other people's choices in that. You're discovering something along these lines or within these themes. And I do feel emotion there. Let's get another card. I'm also noticing with the Singer of Healing, we had 10, 46, we have 10, and 63, we have 9. So just pointing out the numbers there, but the 10, 10 coming out again. There's a card down here. I can't see it yet. Oh, something just came through. What was that? Yeah, it's like as you are discovering whatever you're discovering about these themes, I'm almost getting this question mark of the self. Like, where are you in the midst of this? Yeah. Like, where are you in the midst of your friendships, your friendships more specifically, support systems, right? Where are you in terms of support systems? Where are you in terms of friendship? Where are you in terms of balance? Maybe you don't feel like you understand your role or how you fit in these themes or in these experiences with people. It has this feeling of yeah, where do I fit? Wow, there is a lot of healing going on here. Tabira of the Waters. Tabira of the Waters is a card of literally emotional healing, but also about flow and surrender. And another 10. You have 3 10s out here. 10, 10, 10. Oh, it falls out of my hand. I want to get deeper into this. Can I get one other? We also have himself at the bottom. Just feel the need to show him. This is one of my favorite cards in this entire deck. So the himself card is kind of a primal sensual card, can speak to like literally sexual energy, creation. It also has a bit of a shaman like energy, but it's the raw primal behind creative energy, which is also why it's equated to sexual energy. Tell me about friends and indie. Tell me more about friends and indie here. You could be contemplating a specific relationship. It feels bigger than that. It feels bigger than that. It feels like the entire concept of relationship, the entire concept of reciprocity and balance. The entire concept of that is where you feel like you don't understand where you fit or how to. Yeah. One more for friends and indie. Yeah, you might be a true Aquarian, whoever this is for. Could also identify as a star seed, of course. Ah! Oh, Lord, hold on. It's way over there. I'm trying to get it with my foot. Okay. Oh, I knew it was going to be that card. Singer of the Chalice. This is like the Ace of Cups. This is literally represents the heart space. The heart space, unconditional love. All of that. Okay, I didn't expect this read to be heavy. I did not anticipate that. Hold on. I thought we were just going to be very woo-woo about it today. I can't get away from this feeling of feeling like there's a lack of knowing or how to or belonging in the context of any supportive relationship. Like literally this feeling of like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what that experience is like. Wait, doing this, was that right? Wait, doing this, was that not right? Like it's like that's literally what I'm getting. That's literally what I'm getting. Some of you could feel like you're on the spectrum. Yeah, some of you guys could feel like you're on the spectrum. But the Singer of Chalice here is indicating like how much you're actually in your heart about it and how much you're really contemplating this and how much you're contemplating how much you actually want this. And I feel, yeah, thank you. Thank you. They're confirming. This is a chance. This is why this is reinvention, because this is a chance to rewrite your story. Okay. Actually, I was thinking of doing a podcast episode on that this week. The theme of rewriting our stories. Anyway, so this is coming up for you here. You don't have to keep playing that narrative or that identity of the one who like doesn't get it, or the one who doesn't do that, or the one who doesn't get to experience that. That doesn't have to continue to be your story. You can rewrite that. And it starts by letting go of that thought and that narrative and allowing yourself to rewrite that for yourself. Okay. Let's go with some tarot here. And the thing is too, okay, so they're making me stop. Now I feel like I'm in the middle of a podcast episode. Hope I can remember all this and when I want to do it later. This is the other thing. Magic happens in the moment, right? Anyway, the truth is balance with relationships, and I'm not an expert. This is just my own life experience. And again, I am not a mental health professional by any means. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I digress. It's not equal. Like nothing is ever truly exactly equal. Even when you're looking at like the balance of nature and like the forces of nature, it's a swing, right? It's an ebb and it's a flow and it's this and it's that. But it's like that's how you maintain balance is ebb and flow. It's not like a exact in the moment give, take, give, take, give, take. That's transactional. That's not unconditional. And there is a difference. And I feel like maybe that's just like part of the confusion, and maybe that might help some of you here. It's not ever going to be exactly like this, right? Because sometimes people need a little bit more this way. Like people need a little bit more from you. Sometimes people want to give more to you than what you have to give back in that same moment, right? We all go through shit. We all oscillate between masculine, feminine energy, give and take. We all oscillate between feeling good, feeling crappy. So that's really the truth of it. The like maintaining the balance is just maintaining the flow. It's maintaining the flow in a healthy direction when it comes to relationships. Communication is obviously a part of that too, but it's like it's not a give and take. Again, if that's where your mind is at, or if that's how someone is acting with you, that's transactional. I did this, so you do this. That's transactional. That's not unconditional. Unconditional is how we flow with the natural energy at play, again, in a healthy, oscillating ebb and flow way. The tit for tat, that's not sustainable. Not in my experience, but again, I'm not a mental health professional. Okay, anyway. All right. Okay, I should write down these themes because I do want to talk about them at some point. Hold on. Sorry, I promise I'm gonna come back to it. Okay. Alrighty. And the other thing is too, is like when it comes to relationships of any kind, sometimes people are your people and sometimes they're not. And the only way you find that out is by investing time. And that's just the truth of it. Like there's no loophole. There's no like, let me read this person in 5 seconds. I mean, you can like always get a psychic hit, obviously, but to really understand someone takes time and investment, right? And then along the way, you like got your green flags, got your red flags, but no one's perfect. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. That wanted to be said. That wanted to be said. And when people start showing you they ain't your people, it's time to distance, as we know. Okay. Anyway, let's get some other cards out here for my group 3. Any other messages or insights? Interesting. Page of Swords. This is observance and this is learning. This is taking in information and trying to figure out, trying to analyze it, which makes sense for this, right? I keep getting neurodivergent vibes, like very strongly. And obviously not in a bad way. I just wanna give you guys a hug, whoever's resonating with this. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. It's literally the epitome of, like, how do I make that happen? It's like, it literally like, you're intellectualizing it, which is not bad. It's not bad to intellectualize, but also understand that there's an emotional component here, right? That should be accounted for. I just wanna put that out there. But, yeah, this is you trying to understand and trying to make sense of it to have opportunities with the Page of Wands energy. Ace of Pentacles to the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is play. It's play and it's excitement and it's like, "Hey, let's go have fun over here. Hey, let's try this." And it's like you clearly are seeking that in the form of relationships and support systems, and you're just trying to figure it out. You're just trying to figure it out. Eight of Swords, this is feeling trapped in our mind and in our narratives. So hence the rewriting your story, group 3. Excuse me. Yes, this is why you need to rewrite your story because it's just making you feel stuck. It's making you feel not great about this. It's making you feel like there's no other way, but there is absolutely another way. You just got to shift your mindset here. And again, nothing wrong with intellectualizing. It almost seems like that might help you a little bit if you can actually get around the notion of what you have been thinking and perceiving doesn't have to continue or is just one way of experiencing something. And then I think from there you can get into the emotional component of it. Because Eight of Swords, while it is Gemini and it is swords and it's air, the water right there, there is an emotional component to the Eight of Swords. We just don't really talk about it that much. Anyway, any other messages or insights? Oh. Oh my God. So on the Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, I'm trying to pick these up. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups fell out. You have all, sorry, the camera view. We have all 3 pages here, and this is the emotional page. So again, that's there. I'm just pointing it out. It wanted to be pointed out. Around the Eight of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So more swords, but that's not a bad thing. Again, you could be an air sign. We were kind of getting a lot of aqua energy here, but Queen of Swords is also discernment. It's and with the Eight of Wands, it's trying to figure out what moves to make, how to go about this, how to move out of this mindset and into one that's more open. I'm also seeing that here too. Like this is the old mindset and this is the new mindset. This is Mercury Sag. This is Mercury meets Jupiter. This is like, talk about an open mind, right? Of possibilities and options and directions to take and different choices to make. And the Eight of Swords, what I forget if it's Mars Gemini or Jupiter Gemini or Mercury Gemini, but it's Gemini, right? So it's like this is definitely just like the trappings of the mind in these narratives. And so this is you having that discernment, but it's also water. It's air and water. She's kind of like my mini high priestess energy. So you have the intellectual component, but you have the emotional component too with the Queen of Swords. And you can balance that. It's Libra. So you can sit in both the mind and the heart to see a different way and to see that as possible. So you're not losing the intellectual part of you. You're just making more space for the emotional part. Okay. And a different way to experience this. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Thank you, Virgo love. Thank you, Emerald Lotus. Thank you for the 555. Hold on. I'm trying to. Oh, I can't like it too. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. So yeah, group 3. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and do some dice. Oh, I thought it was going to fall. All right, so we have North Node again. Group 2 also had North Node if you're using the timestamps. North Node. Whoa. First house came up twice. First house. I'm trying to like get it to focus. First house. Mercury, not surprising. A lot of Mercury, a lot of air going on in this reading. And we have Pisces and Sag. So Sag came up in group 2. Pisces came out in group 1. And North Node came out in group 2. So just pointing that out. So again, we have first house twice. Mercury, North Node, Pisces, Sag. So you could be a Pisces rising or a Sagittarius rising. You could have Mercury North Node in Pisces or Sag. Okay. Some of you guys are going through a North Node return at this time. I'm going to roll the house die one more time to get another house for everybody. 3. Oh, for Mercury and Gemini. There could be some Geminis going on in here. Again, air was very emphasized, as was Mercury, but third house as well. Okay. All right, guys. I think we're complete for today. I hope you guys feel like you have a better start to your weekend if you were feeling some kind of way. All right. I am gonna get these time. Wait. Oh shit. Did I? Okay. It's like, where did my timestamps go? I'm gonna get these timestamps up and going, and I'll try to pick images. I don't know. I like feels weird doing that after the fact. I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. I'll figure something out. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the readings today. Have a great weekend and a great Friday, and I will see y'all Monday. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.